Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and we have the patch notes for the little mini update for the patch that's coming up for tonight at 8 p.m. So, as you can see, we're gonna get into it. The Mad Titan, who has aimed for true peace, and Squirrel Girl, who has defeated him in unknown ways, have prepared a lot to surprise our agents. So, we're getting a Tier 4 Thanos with the Harvester uniform, and we're getting Squirrel Girl with her uh Titan uniform and a tier 3. All right, so the patch is going to end up in waves. So it's going to start at 8 o'clock tonight. So once it comes around that time, you want to close out your game and then reset it. And then a patch will pop up. All right, so we're getting the two new uniforms, Thanos Wise Harvester and Squirrel Girl Nutty Titan. All right, so far that's going to be it. All right, so Thanos is a full cost crystal uniform. So if it wasn't a discount, it would be 2,500 for his regular. But with the discount, it would be 1,750. But this uniform, since it's a seasonal uniform, is going to be full cost at 2,500. All right, so the uniform effect gives him additional 5% pierce damage, decreased damage received by 50%, HP below 30%, and a 70% of HP for 1 second on a 100-second cooldown. All right, and then he has for his tier 3, about the same, but it has the damage proc on it for 100%. All right, his leadership applies to villain allies, increases basic attack by 50%, all defense 40, and then removes all debuffs for 12 seconds on a 20-second cooldown. All right, then his passive increases basic damage dealt to superheroes by 30% and supervillains by 20% with a 20% heal on a 1 second cooldown. So it's up all the time when he's taking damage. All right, his tier 2 passive gives him skill damage bonus damage, and then skill damage increases skill damage dealt to targets with removes all debuffs by 8%. And then increases skill damage dealt to targets with debuff removal instinct effect by 80%. Okay, his first skill is bleed and stun, and all these are energy damage or physical attack. So you want to give him physical attack Uru and Odin blessings, just so you won't get confused. And his second skill, pest control, is it has snare. Removes active buffs from target. So he has the snare effect, so you could definitely use him for ABL, for alien male or alien villain. That way you won't have to use Loki. Harvest Day, you have fear, incapacitation. He has a frenzy buff, and he has a 100% chance to grant all damage immunity. Soil Till, he has iframe ignore, so that's PvP. He has bleed, shock, stun, fracture, paralysis, and an 80% chance to penetrate, and invincible for 5 seconds. So he has shock, fracture, and snare, all for ABL. Okay, and then we have Scarecrow of Enlightenment. His fifth skill is going to have burn, silence, all defense down, and accumulation. Pure damage when attacking. So this is when attacking, and excludes bosses. Ignore enemy damage decreased by 30%. Okay, so we'll have to see if he's a PvE or ABL meta for right now. All right, now we'll get into Squirrel Girl, and she looks goofy with the butt teeth, but that's all right. And as you can see, she has the Thanos Obsidian armor on. All right, and she's turned into a super villain. In this uniform, you'd have to spend money to get the delightful tokens. That way you can get her uniform. It's like all the seasonal uniforms for all the women. So since it's April Fool's, we got Squirrel Girl, and we have Gwenpool if you didn't get the Gwenpool. So you have to spend real money And at the end, we have a 7-day check-in also where you get 10 tokens. So you can spend like $20 to get the other 20 so you can get the uniform. Alright, so now the uniform effect for Squirrel Girl. This applies to Thanos. Increases basic damage dealt to boss types by 60%. Then she has decreased damage received by 20. And activates her HP below 30. And she has a 70% HP for 1 second on a 120 second cooldown. So she has a built-in heal also. Alright, and then her ultimate attack, Squirrel Swarm. The skill effects are the same with the skills of New Avengers and Marvel Now, but the hit count has been increased, making the skill stronger. So we'd have to wait and see what that is. Alright, we have Paralysis. Ignore dodge rate by 80%. 80% chance to penetrate. Invincible for 9 seconds. And increase all basic attack by 50%. Okay, then her 4-star passive, Unbeatable Vigor. 30% increase of physical attack. Increases basic damage dealt to universal types by 25%. So she keeps that tag, and she gains the 30% increase of physical attack. And she gets a little bit of skill damage bonus damage. Her tier 2 passive, Mammal Ascendant. She gets chain hit damage and guaranteed dodge rate by 20%. So she may be a little proc friendly. We'd have to wait and see. Alright, her first skill is Walnut Blast. It has Burn. Okay, deals additional 40% of fire damage. Okay, pretty cool. Her second skill, Lethal Tail. She has Bleed, Stun, and Paralysis. Third skill is Knuckle of Darkness. It has Silence, Incapacitation, Paralysis, a 20% heal on 1 second, and she has a damage proc of 90% of basic damage. Okay, the fourth skill is Unbeatable Despair. She has Burn, a 40-30 Frenzy buff, and a 100% chance to grant all damage immunity. And her fifth skill is Squirrel Order Bomb, which is deal, bleed, fear, all defense down, and a 1% accumulation. Pure damage accumulated. Is this one damage dealt? No, damage, yeah, damage dealt. Okay. Alright, and her tier 3. I already went through that, the Squirrel Swarm. We're going to look at the animations. Alright, she commands a bunch of squirrels and she throws the acorns and they just go ballistic. Okay. Kind of hope that skill is cancelable. Alright. Looks okay. Alright, Thanos is tier 4. It's Titan's Wrath. So it decreases all basic attacks. Applies to enemies. So it decreases their attacks by 50% for 3 seconds. And then for himself, it increases basic damage by 20% and it stacks up to 60% for 7 seconds. And then he gains chain hit damage by 30% when attacking for 8 seconds. Okay. And the artifact, Thanos already has an artifact, so he's not getting another one. But Squirrel Girl, hers is ignores dodge rate by 15% and increases damage dealt to boss types by 15%. So, alright. And game fixed errors, they fixed Green Goblin's tier 3 advancement when you're advancing them. And that's about it for the patch notes. So, straight to the point. So, like I said, the update is it'll go live at 8 o'clock tonight. So, if you haven't done your world bosses, don't do your world bosses so you can try to get the second potential for Thanos. And then, if you haven't gotten Squirrel Girl to level 70, at least try to get her potential up. And tonight, I'm going to go ahead and tier 3 Squirrel Girl and get the uniform probably. And probably do a little small video of that. But that's it for the patch notes. So let me know what y'all guys think of that. Hit me down in the comment box down below. And I'll probably see y'all tonight for the download. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.